Welcome back to the Fermented Homestead. My name is Anna, and today I'm going to bring you along while I do a bunch of projects around the homestead. We are going to be taking apart a big pile of wood that was left behind by the previous owner, and we're going to be sanding and painting some baseboards that we need to put back into the house that I took out before we even moved in and haven't worked on yet. So I finally have the time in my schedule where I can take care of that. I'm going to bring you along and kind of show you what we're doing. And while we're doing all that, we're kind of just going to be listening for the internet guy who hopefully will show up today. This is our fourth trip that they have been scheduled and didn't show up for the other ones. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll bring you along for the ride. Tea spill. All right, so our new house came with this amazing woodshed. We got all the things, including fluorescent lights. I hope that doesn't show a whole lot, but they're blinking really cool a lot, and that'll stop after a little while. But it came with a lathe, and it came with a table saw and a jigsaw and all the things. It's awesome. It came with a planer and all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to do something super simple today, and all I'm doing is sanding down a bunch of the baseboards that I took out when I was painting, and we're going to actually paint these white. So it should hopefully be a pretty simple thing. We just got to put in the time and sand them down and then paint them and let them dry and all that fun stuff. Thankfully, it's not raining today, so hopefully the paint should dry, and maybe I can get 2 coats on them before the end of the day today. I got some wood filler just in case there's any huge nicks in here, and I want to cover up all the little nail holes and things like that from the previous places that they got tapped in. And then I'm just going to sand it down as much as I can. Feeling this, I think I might have gotten too light of a sanding strength, but we'll see. Do the best we can with what we got. Like the longest piece of trim ever. They're here. So the internet guy had a bunch more work that he had to do out at the street, so he left to do that, and hopefully he'll be back. We got a nice wood fire going here. Maybe a little bit too much, but it should die down pretty quick. And now we're just getting ready to, well, I'm getting ready to get dinner started, and I thought I'd bring you along and show you what I'm doing today. So for dinner today, all I'm going to be doing is a nice big roast, and I'm going to do that in the crock pot. And then we're going to have some kind of a canned side, like some canned maple beans or pork and beans or Maybe I'll do some mashed potatoes or something like that. So let's get along with this and figure out what dinner's gonna be. I put a roast in the fridge probably about, I want to say 3 days ago. It's an arm roast. I have no idea if it's thawed out or not. If it is thawed out, I'm going to go ahead and brown it in my pot pan here. And if it is frozen solid, we're just going to throw it in the crock pot. So I think probably my two of my favorite kitchen appliances are definitely the Instant Pot and the crock pot. The Instant Pot, I like it because I can just come home from work. I can throw a steak or I can throw a roast in there, and probably like an hour later, it's ready to go. I don't even have to give it any forethought. And I like the crock pot because when I do have forethought, and in the morning before I go to work, I can just throw something in the crock pot. This is a terrible angle, but it's all I got right now. We are in live. All right, so we got the internet all set up. I'm super excited. We've been waiting forever. So now we have some pretty basic, like rural internet. I think it's like 6 megs or something like that. Nothing's fancy. Certainly not what we're used to in our old home. I think we had like 200 megs, but we can load videos and we can do basic things that we need to do on the internet. And hopefully I can be able to upload videos, and we'll see how everything goes with that. So I'm super excited we got that running. And so now we're just gonna get back to dinner. And all I'm gonna do is just warm this pan up and get it going. So all I really like to do with my roasts, my meat, really all I ever do is just a ton of salt and a pretty hefty amount of pepper. That's all I do. And we're just going to put this in the pot here. What I love adding to any kind of beef roast is this French onion soup. It's such an awesome flavor. I got this recipe from, I think it was an Homestead, and I followed her recipe on how to make the French onion soup. Totally recommend going and watching that video. I have no idea how to link videos, so you can probably just sort of type it in the search bar. It's delicious. So we're just going to add that. And I'm going to set it on high for a little while. And let that warm up a bit, and then I'm going to lower it down to like a low temperature and cook it until we're ready to eat dinner. And that's all there is to it. So, little side preview. All right, we're back to it. Now the fun part. Let's try and turn this thing around. Huh. like we're gonna leave it facing this direction. So I'm definitely realizing I am a bit limited on space in here. Most of these boards are fairly manageable in size, but a lot of them are just too long to be able to work in here. So I'm going to lay out some cardboard outside, and I'm going to finish up out there. Mostly just painting is left, a little bit of sanding, but mostly painting. So now that we're waiting for the test run of the painting on the baseboards, we're going to go ahead and start taking apart some of this wood that we got. So as you can see, it's getting pretty dark and I'm ready to wrap it up. And so I just wanted to show you, we got all of these different hardwares and everything. And we got all that wood that you saw us throwing away, or not throwing away, putting into the garage. And all the blue pieces, I just threw in the back of my truck. I'm gonna take them to the dump. But other than that, we got a pretty good amount of wood that we can use later. And I'll show you all the different projects that I'm gonna end up trying to do with this. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching my weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.